Good morning. Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been a while, but I'm in the US. So anyway, I was just gonna go ahead and unbox my Amazon package. I got a new camera because I felt like it was about time for me to get like a real camera. So I got one. So I'm gonna unbox it, show you guys what it looks like. Right now I'm actually vlogging from my phone on selfie mode, which it's not that, I love this camera on the phone, but you know what, sometimes you have to upgrade. So now I'm gonna feel like a real YouTuber because I have a better camera. But anyway, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. This is finally what I've been looking for. Haha. So excited. Okay, this is my new camera. Yeah, hopefully it's gonna be better. So guys, I'm actually heading out. I need to run some errands. Then I think I'm gonna go get Starbucks. I'm trying to go to Home Depot because I want to get some how do you call it, door handles, door knobs. Anyway, I want to get those for back home. It's a long story, but the family is doing some construction for apartment complexes, so I need to get those so that at least we can finish up all the constructions and everything that we started. But basically, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm actually heading to Starbucks first, and of course I don't go to Starbucks to get coffee. I go to Starbucks to get chai latte. Okay. I'm that fancy, but I go to Starbucks to get this chai latte and sometimes croissant or chocolate croissant. So yeah, anyway, how you guys been doing? I feel like most of the time I'm gonna be talking to you in the car. The camera is shaking, just bear with me guys, just bear with me. But that's the best position that I could get this camera working. But I hope you guys are doing well. Nothing much going on, really, nothing much. I started the video last time and then my camera shut down, the whole thing. So I wanted to go ahead and continue the conversation. So basically I was talking about it's really hot. Let me turn on the AC. It's gonna make some noise, but so basically I was talking about the whole concept of investing. Guys, I'm actually breaking out because it's that time of the month. But anyway, so I was talking about the concept of investing. Some people want to invest by raising some funds. Some people want to invest by saving their own money in order to invest into the business. Some other people just want to go through the bank and get some bank loans, or maybe go through investors, right? There are so many avenues, so many ways that you can invest into your first business. But one thing I always tell people is that you have to prepare as much as possible. There's no point for you to go into a business if you don't even have the capital for it. You need to make some prototypes, right? If you're selling products, you need to make some prototypes. You need to test it out. You need to give it to people, sell it to people. Your family members, your friends are usually the first people that you can test your products with, so that at least people can give you the feedbacks before you finalize the product that you're going to be putting out in the marketplace. So once you do that, and you have to do it with your own money, because if you go to any investors, the first thing that they're going to be, for you guys who watch Shark Tank, then you already know about how it works. If you go to some investors, they're going to ask you some key questions, such as what's your profit margin like, how much does it cost you to make a product, your overhead costs, are you going to need a full staff, are you going to need employees, do you work alone, what's the turnover, so, and really what's the use of the product, is it really a high quality product, how is it behaving in the market right now if you already started. So before you even go into an investor, you have to have those type of information. And then another thing that you need to do is that you need to make sure that you have your finances in check, so that by the time you go in there, you're not stuttering, I don't know. No, you need to know your finances, you need to know your cash flow, you need to know. And if you had started over a year ago and you already launched, you formed the company, an LLC, corporation, whatsoever, you need to be able to provide, federal income tax returns to actually show that, hey, this is how the business has been performing. And it doesn't have to be perfect, right? But you need to have some bookkeeping in place in order for you to, to be trusted and to be relied upon, because nobody will be investing the money in you if you haven't done your own homework, So there are so many things that comes into play when you're looking for investors. Now, if you go and seek for bank loans, that's a different ball game. Of course, they're still going to be asking you more questions, actually, because banks are taking a risk on you. They want to make sure that you're going to be paying, your loans on the regular, and then the interest rate too. You guys, I think many people, when they go for bank loans, they don't take into account the interest rate, because they think, of course I'm going to make money in my business. So reason why, if you have to go to any type of bank loan investors, people who are going to be expecting some interest on top of the loan that they gave you, then you need to make sure that let me just stop this thing. Then you need to make sure that you already started, your product is already on the ground, you already have the demand for it, so that it makes it easier for you, right? You don't have to be liable for big loans for a product that you never tested in the marketplace. So that's the first thing that I would say when it comes to, seeking for investors, seeking for bank loans. One of the things, because I used to be a tax auditor, so when it comes to like state taxes and all of these things, call me. Don't call me, but it's a way of saying, I know about that a little. So if you're in any state in the US, because I'm talking about US tax law, state tax law, if you're in any state in the US, then if you have a business and you're selling products, services, and you already formed the company, you're expected to file for sales tax, depending on the state, right? I know some states don't have sales tax, but if you live in Texas, then yeah. Let me just order some things and then I will get back to you. Hello?
I'll be right with you in just one moment.
Okay. Can I have a chai tea latte? I think I'm gonna go for large, cold.
You got anything else for you?
And I'm gonna need one croissant, one butter croissant, and one chocolate croissant. So this is the chocolate croissant that I usually go for. Yeah. Oh, and then the chai tea latte. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. You too. Thanks. So, chai tea latte. This is the best thing ever created. So basically, let me just leave here. I don't want to be driving now because I feel like the whole thing is just going to move. I don't know if the lighting here is fine. So good. Sometimes I go for medium, but this is like huge. I'm just feeling a certain type of way today. I feel like I deserve this thing, you know. I worked all night. I slept at 6 a.m. Last time I was talking to my brother, and my brother was like, I hope in the US you able to sleep. He was basically like, I hope in the US you actually able to sleep. Let me just be here. Okay. So I'm just gonna be here for now. So he was basically like, I hope in the US you're able to sleep better, because he knows I don't sleep early. I usually sleep around like 4 or 5, sometimes 6 a.m. And it's funny because the conversation we had, I was basically telling my brother, I was like, yeah, definitely, I'm sleeping earlier. Yesterday I slept at 2 a.m. I mean, when I was having that conversation, I basically told him, yeah, I slept earlier yesterday. And then he was like, what time? I said 2 a.m. And he started laughing. He was just cracking up. He was like, 2 a.m. for you is early. I was like, yep, definitely early. But yeah, last night it was, I mean, I slept in the morning, like 5 a.m. So anyway, I was doing some work. Let's continue. So the talk about, let me just put this thing on park. Okay, I'm not actually parked the right way. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm at a parking lot, Starbucks parking lot. So the sun is not nice. But anyway, so the conversation about investing, starting a business, all of these things. So, okay, I was talking about state tax law. There are so many things that people don't know, and I can't really blame them, right? Because I went to school for accounting, so I did taxation. I did corporate tax. I did individual tax. When I graduated, my first job was to work as a tax preparer. So I was doing individual tax returns before I went into the, internal audit. Then internal audit, I ended up doing tax audit, right? So I learned the ins and outs of how, to run a company on the internal audit side aspect of it. Then we're talking processes, we're talking internal controls, we're talking risk assessment, analysis, all of these things. Then going on the other side of, handling the taxes, whether it's federal tax. I wasn't really good in federal tax in terms of corporate taxes. So my expertise when I started out after graduating was really individual tax returns. So that's what I did. And then I ended up doing state and local taxes. So anything that has to do with hotel taxes, sales and use tax, mixed beverage, I'm not actually that good. But I do understand the concept of it. Motor vehicle taxes, all of these things, state and local taxes, that's how we call them. So depending on the business that you have, you have to be looking into that. I know many people start businesses without really thinking about those things. For me, it was just second nature, right? Because this is my expertise. This is what I did for close to 9 years. So for me, it was just, it just makes sense for me to know those things. But somebody else who did not have that background, it doesn't make sense for them to actually know those things. So I do understand that not everybody will be aware of it. That's why I'm here. That's why, I'm sharing those information for some of you who are starting your businesses. And I know many people during the pandemic started the businesses. So it's really for some of you who are thinking, okay, I want to start a business. How do I go about that? Now, let me now pause because I want to go ahead and tell you about. So originally I have 3 companies. You already know about that. I have the bridal company, I have a school, a primary and kindergarten school, and then I also have a consulting firm. So my consulting firm is a bit tricky, right? So the Wajel Consulting Cameroon, for the Cameroon region, is only dealing with people from the diaspora or foreigners who would like to invest in Cameroon, right? So that's really what I'm heavily doing right now. The projects, the construction project, renovation projects, businesses in terms of like people who have a business maybe in America and then they want to open a branch in Cameroon. I'm the one who oversees those type of things, contract negotiations, all of these things. My team takes care of all of that. So that being said, because of so many feedbacks that I got from people asking me questions about taxes, people asking me questions about bookkeeping, accounting, all of these things, I really thought that even though I had relocated to Cameroon, it wasn't going to be fair not to use the skills that I learned and practiced for close to 9 years. So I'm actually not launching, it's still the same business, guys, but Wajir Consulting is going to extend now to North America. So the people who are in the US, requiring those type of services, and I'm saying North America, why? Because my accounting degree was from America. So in America, the accounting principles are gap, which we don't really use in Cameroon, which we don't use in Europe. So it's really different. So that's what I'm saying. I know the accounting principles of the US. I don't know the accounting principles of Cameroon, but I do have teams in Cameroon that work on that. I have somebody who is actually an expert in fiscalité, in taxes, basically. So I don't have to know that, right? I don't have to know all the tax laws for all the countries, but I have teams that, in Cameroon that know the Cameroon state tax law. So basically, me coming to the US, I had several appointments I had 3 appointments with some people that have one lady that started her business and she's into clothing, t-shirts, and she basically wanted me to kind of like talk to her about social media marketing, right? Because she's having a hard time. She's not that technologically savvy. So I'm having to also train her in that. So that was the meeting that we had, because she was waiting for me to get to the US because she wanted to work with me. She's been following me. She even sent me a customer for my brother company. So I made a gown for that, for the customer that she actually sent. And in addition to that, we're also going to be talking about taxes, because that's something that she has no clue about. So I have to be able to kind of like guide her in how she should be keeping her books and how she should be reporting taxes. Because if she's going to be selling in Texas, living in Texas, she has to charge sales tax. It's a lot of talking, but basically that's what I'm working on with that client. I have another client that is going to be basically doing her bookkeeping and her taxes, making sure that she's good to go, because she hasn't been really good at making sure that her books are okay. So coming to the US has really opened my eyes. I was coming to the US to take care of my businesses, and also because I told some of those clients that I was coming to the US. So now I'm meeting all of them. So it really opened my eyes to not shutting down the US totally, because I think I got to the point where I was like, I've lived here for 14 years, and I wanted to really focus on Cameroon, because I felt like I was all over the place. I had a life in the US. I had a full-time job at some point in the US. And I had a business in the US and I had businesses in Cameroon. But I think coming back this time and not having any sort of attachment per se is showing me that I have so many skills that I learned, and it will be a disservice for me not to teach other people, not to really let other people know what I'm doing and how I can help them. So that being said, long story short, but I'm expanding on Wajir Consulting. So Wajir Consulting is going to have a North America branch. So basically, I'm going to be providing accounting services, bookkeeping, taxes, and all of these, financial things. So long story, but that's, what I wanted to go ahead and tell you about. That's really what I've been working on. This was just, an icing on the cake, because I was already coming here to work on some things personally and business wise. But in addition to me doing that, this whole thing came into life. So now I'm finding myself like, I think I'm going to be doing the Cameroon US back and forth, but my home is going to be Cameroon. My permanent home is going to be Cameroon, and I may be coming here when if there's a need, right? If I need to meet a client, or maybe a client is going through an audit and I need to represent them. So I actually had a court hearing 2 weeks ago, just when I came, because that was one of the reasons why I was rushing to come, because I had a court hearing 2 days after I landed, basically. Whew, that was a lot. Anyway, so I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I'm gonna go home. I need to do some work, so I hope I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, anyway, bye. So guys, I'm finally home. I'm gonna go get ready because I have a meeting right now with my quote-unquote client. So I need to prep some, Excel documents, some files. Almost done. But anyway, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. If you guys have questions that I can answer, why not? I'll be glad to answer them. So in the meantime, I'm gonna keep up, we're gonna keep up with how things are going here in the US. And yeah, I'm gonna do my best to actually vlog if I can. I'll do my best to vlog every single thing. Not everything, because I still want to keep some things private. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Let me get going, okay? Don't forget to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so I just got to my meeting location. So I'm meeting my client somewhere here. So anyway, I'm a bit tired, but